Son of a
dude. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys put that together. Oh.
Proud of you, bro.
Thanks, man. Ugh, that means the world to me. Thank you.
That was Brendan Schaub last year after his production team showed him a tribute video they put together for him. It had all his friends and family congratulating him on his latest comedy special called Cringe-O Puppy. And it was obviously an emotional time for Bubba. After years and years of harassment from every corner of the internet, he worked hard to put out his second comedy special. He was finally a comedian, and he was earning the recognition and respect of his peers, some of them being pretty big players in the comedy scene.
One more thing, Brendan. Yeah. The team and I have been working on some stuff for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
To surprise you with, so I'll just play it for you.
No way.
Gringo Poppy. It's pretty cool. Your second special. And I love you. I love you for being there for me in, probably the darkest, not probably, but definitely the darkest time of my life. But you were always there, man.
What's up, player? I'm at my grandmother's house right now, but just chilling, man. About to grill up some oysters, actually. Just wanted to say wanted to say this, man. Congratulations on the special, baby. Way to get it done, baby.
Hey, boo. Me and the boys. We just wanted to let you know that we are super proud of you, especially me. I am so proud of everything that you have accomplished, everything you've done, all the years that we've been together, the family that we have built. I'm really proud of you, and the boys are too. Tiger, do you want to say something to your daddy?
I hope you have a good show. Love you.
He hopes you have a good show. Bossy, do you want to say something to your papa?
Uh-huh.
Say good luck.
They won't.
I love you, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
We love you, Boo, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations on your special. We can't wait to see it.
Okay, it's hard to watch that and not feel something for the guy. That kind of raw emotion runs deep. So unless you're a sociopath, you should be able to relate to that in some way. Imagine years and years of being told by the internet that you're not funny, you shouldn't be a comedian, you're only there because Rogan keeps you around like a little lapdog on his podcast to nod and agree with everything he says. Yeah, those tears are real, and even though I decided to censor his family there, I wanted to include them because as I go on in this video, it's gonna get ugly. Seeing Schaub's emotional connection with his wife and kids there, it's an important reminder of probably one of the biggest achievements of his life. The guy has a beautiful family. No one can deny him of that, and if you want to attack his wife and kids, in my opinion, that says more about you than it does about him. But here's my real question. Is it possible to respect someone like Brendan Schaub for being a family man and crossing over from different careers, trying new things and failing over and over again? And at the same time hate him for being a blind tryhard who's continuously being called out for lying, bullying people weaker than him, and even threatening women in an effort to silence them over things that actually happened? Can we do both? Well, let me explain. There I was, sitting around relaxing, enjoying my Sunday after a hard week in the cringe factory, and as usual I opened YouTube to get my daily dose of TFATK, named after the fighter and the kid, and it's a channel dedicated to scrutinizing Brendan Schaub's latest exploits based off posts from Reddit. This is what I found.
So what happened on their YouTube channel, which is titled Toontown with Brendan Schaub, it looks like somebody over at Thick Boy Studios somehow mixed things up a bit. Instead of purchasing 25,000 views, they accidentally hit the button to buy 25k grand likes instead of the usual fake views that Brendan usually purchases for all of his YouTube channels. And due to YouTube's AI, they were easily able to correct this, proving once again that Brendan Schaub is truly redacted.
Now let's be smart about this for a moment. It's entirely possible that someone's trying to make Brendan look bad and bought the likes on his video without his knowledge. It's kind of scary actually because anyone can do it if they have a bit of money to burn and an axe to grind. There are dozens of websites that you can buy likes, views, and even comments from to boost your social media engagement on pretty much any platform. They use massive bot farms to churn through videos and posts, And it can actually be really helpful for small businesses who are trying to build social credibility through social media. Except here's the problem. As you can imagine, big tech doesn't like it, and they'll ban you if they find you doing it. I mean, you're effectively cheating the system and scamming your audience into believing the content they're watching has a wider reach and more popularity than it actually does. Have you ever seen a YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers but their videos only have a few thousand views each? That's a dead giveaway. Or even a video with hundreds of thousands of views but like 10 comments? You get the idea. But there isn't actually any evidence that Schaub or his team were the ones who bought those 25,000 likes. However, it's something he's been accused of doing for years. Even Patrick Bet-David is suspected of buying views, likes and subscribers to make his Valuetainment channel seem more popular than it really is. Like I said, it's really hard to prove though. So I'm going to continue with this video on the assumption that either Schaub himself or someone in his team bought those likes to boost the popularity of his newest channel called Toontown.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Schaub. Welcome to the channel. This is Toontown, where we're taking regular stock cars and turn them into insane cars. First episode starts with my very own truck. I bought a TRX for the kids, and we can't leave it there. So first episode, I'm taking it from 702 horsepower, and that Hellcat engine has way too much potential, and I'm getting to over 1,000 horsepower, but it doesn't stop there. We're gonna be at the racetrack. We're gonna be bajaing things. We're gonna be getting dirty. We're featuring my friends' cars and your cars.
So Bubba has this new channel based around the whole Pimp My Ride theme and the 200 other shows that followed trying to do the exact same thing. And I just want to say, next to Bert Kreischer talking about how famous he thinks he is, there's nothing more cringe than watching Bubba trying to speak in full sentences. I mean, the guy really wasn't born to speak. Fancy being a YouTube podcaster, huh? Anyway, so we have Bubba's latest venture here, which is doomed to fail like everything else he touches. And back to the whole buying likes and views controversy, I don't want to get all holier than thou with you guys and take the higher moral ground here, but as a content creator myself, it's one of the lowest things you can do to grow your channel. You gotta grind, you gotta hustle. It's like any small business. Everything falls on your shoulders to be successful. Guys like Brendan Schaub think they deserve success because they're already in the business, so they see this kind of scam as a justified business decision, when the reality is it's just sad. And this is why people hate him. I mean, this is a perfect example of why he gets so much hate. What makes this so much worse is the fact that he doesn't realize how much scrutiny he's under. How can he not know that we would find out? It's not that he doesn't respect his fans and his viewers, the guy clearly doesn't respect himself. Surely he can't be that clueless.
This is the reality of it. I worry about your commitment to fighting, and I worry about where you stand, not your commitment to training. Not your commitment to training, not your commitment to give it your all. I think you have one foot out the door. I think you're looking. You disagree? Mm-hmm. I think you're looking at where the future is going to take you, and that you can't do this forever. And I think that's a very dangerous place to be in fighting. And I've seen it with a lot of guys. They early in their career, they're invulnerable. They're beasts. They're monsters. They're 100% focused. Fighting becomes their life. It becomes their everything. And then somewhere along the line, they start thinking, "How long can I do this? When's the out time? What's my exit strategy?"
The infamous Rogan intervention. What Rogan didn't realize then was that Bubba would carry that poor work ethic into everything else he did. He's failing upwards. And so many of us have been saying that surely Rogan has to pull the pin soon and pull his head in. Surely he's got another intervention with Bubba about all the things he's doing and to deflate his ego a little bit. But I said this in one of my Bert Kreischer videos recently, Rogan will do nothing. He can't do anything. It's too late. He spent years ramming these Muppets down our throats, and for him to stop and say, hey, you know what? Maybe these guys aren't cut out for this business. These guys are embarrassing me now. Nah, he'll never do that. He can't. It's like Tom Segura leaning into the whole rich guy, it's a mindset, poor people are lazy routine. He has to lean into that now. He can never turn back. He's in too deep. And that's why I think the homeless cats are an important community. I don't actually use Reddit myself. I just watch TFATK on YouTube to stay up to date. So I'm not endorsing everything on the Fighter and the Kid subreddit, but as a general community that exists to call out Bupper's BS, there's nothing wrong with that. It's called accountability. We dislike people who pretend to be something they're not. Brendan Schaub was a good football player. He was a good MMA fighter. Not great, not excellent, just good. But he's a terrible public speaker and an even worse podcaster. And to call him a comedian, well, that's an insult to all the hack comedians out there. That's how unfunny he is. And that's okay though. There are so many successful celebrity tryhards out there, so if you don't like them, just don't watch them. But the difference here is Schaub or his people, like I said, we don't know the details, they're actively trying to scam us into believing he's more successful than he actually is to create an artificial sense of social credibility as a platform to grow his celebrity status. Now, if that's fake, and it looks like it is, that's a completely different ballgame. We're entering into an area where Schaub becomes indefensible. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Fighter and the Kid subreddit lives rent-free in Bupper's head. I mean, it got so bad at one point that he almost completely cancelled himself, if not for the intervention from Papa Rogan and the goodwill from Bobby Lee.
Okay, so on January 25th, a Trash Tuesday episode is released where Annie and I talk about a nameless comic who hit on us. And for me, that story that I told took place 7 years ago, long time ago.
You're referring to DMs.
Right.
Which I own and was completely stupid and never should have done.
Okay. The line was, "What am I going to do? Suck your unfunny d-." And then I came back
as far as me, but she, again, I didn't see it, but as far as she's saying, I asked her to walk my car or give her a ride.
No, I think that I cannot speak for her.
Yeah,
I can only tell you.
Saying. If that's how she feels, she's valid to feel like that. And I'm telling you, that never happened.
Okay.
That's a situation you would have to talk to her about. What was said was that there was a guy. He was unfunny. I came back with, oh, that's a big clue. And that's something about a peach emoji. And then...
But my thing with that, Klein, do you think that's nice?
Oh, no. But I didn't say your name. But it's hang on one second, Brendan. Let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If we're having this discussion about something that happened in the past and we're having a giggly little girl talk, where is the crime in that?
There's no crime. You can do whatever you want.
Right.
I have no issue with that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, no issue with it.
All right.
I'm just saying, is that nice? That's all.
I have gone to you and said, if I could go back, if I had known that a tiny little giggly girl talk was going to spiral into this, I would have wired my mouth shut. But in my heart of hearts, while you may think it's not nice, and now I admit, not the nicest thing to say, it was just an anecdote.
Sure. So that was
I didn't think
January.
much of it on saying that because hitting on someone is just simply not a cancelable offense. That was my justification for it. Who the cares who hits on who 7 years ago? I had fake then. They were shiny. You liked them. You DM'd me. You said sorry. It, right?
I'm with you.
Okay.
I own that. Yeah.
Good.
So like she said, on an episode of the Trash Tuesday podcast, which as the name suggests is completely trash, trust me, Kalila and two of her friends recounted stories about a guy who they claimed was the same dude and how he basically tried to hook in with them by asking to come to his truck and then on another occasion asking Kalila to hook up through DMs or whatever. So like Kalila said, they didn't name the guy. They just characterized him in a very specific way. They called him unfunny, which immediately identified him as Brendan Schaub.
However, the outcome of that is that people assumed that we were talking about you and went ham on Reddit. And you received a lot of, your team alerted you to the video and the Reddit chatter. And I'm assuming leaving out the part where we didn't say your name.
Okay, so Bubba loses his mind. He starts texting and calling Bobby Lee, saying he's going to sue him and Kalila, threatens him. Brian Callen gets on the phone as well one time and apparently physically threatened Bobby Lee. I mean, this got really nasty. But the interesting thing was Bubba's allegations about their involvement in the Fighter and the Kid subreddit, because somehow he had evidence that Bobby Lee and Kalila were involved in some of the hate he received on there based off an IP address that was linked to an address they lived at.
This is the story that I got from you during the screaming match, is that you told me that the feds had been investigating a video of child abuse on the subreddit, correct?
I guess you call it it goes beyond my team because of the criminal action.
The criminal action.
The criminal activity, yes.
Okay. You said feds, but maybe that's not what you meant. It's probably you meant someone higher up.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Feds would be a bad term.
Okay. A video of child abuse on the subreddit where they noticed a barrage of comments linked to one IP address linked to a computer from my home.
Correct.
As they continued to investigate, they were able to retrieve 300 pages of evidence that either Bobby or I were responsible for the 6 years of subreddit harassment towards you, Joanna, and your kids, right? All 6 years to one home address. I said, "But Schaub, we've only lived here for 2.5. How is this possible?" Then I said, "Let me get this straight. You're telling me that while investigating a child abuse case, the feds were like, yeah, let's put this baby case to rest and pursue Schaub's online harassment instead." I mocked you. The argument was super heated. I said, "Brendan, you can audit my asshole, my pet asshole, my mom's asshole, and you'll find nothing. Plus, why are you doing all of this?" Over a story I told on my show, I never said your name. You said, "That can't be true." I said, "Roll the tapes, listen, go back, open your ears and hear it for yourself." That was April 24th. On April 25, in the wee hours of the morning, you text me and you said you haven't been able to sleep. You asked to talk. This time it's not heated. It's a very productive conversation.
Way better.
You apologize profusely. You say you're embarrassed after realizing we actually never said your name on Trash Tuesday. We come to the agreement that I will not be mentioning or alluding to you in any way moving forward. But I still demand that you send me the 300 pages of evidence against me, Bobby, and my company, because that is a serious allegation. I have spent the last 8 years building this company, and I'll be if anyone... if my company is associated to S.D.N.Y like that, that's horrible. And if any of my guys were to do that, they would be gone yesterday.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the most pathetic feud I've ever heard. This is one of those situations where almost everyone involved did the wrong thing. From the Trash Tuesday girl talk to Schaub's reaction to Bobby Lee enabling Schaub's harassment and intimidation. Man, what a bunch of bored losers. Now, I should say that everyone involved has apologized for their part in this drama, which is fantastic. Well done, you're all grown adults, very good. But it's so strange how Bubba went completely nuts over a couple of girls telling a couple of stories without even mentioning his name. It was when users on Reddit claimed that it was him that he went off the rails. So what does that have to do with Bobby and Kalila? So what if they told stories on Trash Tuesday and a few Redditors said it was him? This is the kind of petty nonsense that Schaub concerns himself with. And the funniest part is the advice that Papa Rogan gave him when he went running to him for help during the whole situation.
You got to remember too, Rogan's like an older brother to me. When I do anything, I call Rogan. That's how I operate.
Right.
I asked his advice on this, right? And then he would give me his advice how I should handle it.
When you did tell Rogan your version of events, I just want to know, for my own peace of mind, did he believe it?
I don't know. To him, it's like, you're never going to beat the internet, man. I mean...
No, regarding me and Bobby.
No, because I told him it's not you guys.
Okay, but everything else regarding... The information that got back to me is that you told Rogan things, obviously, that were very slanderous about me. I want to believe that wasn't the case.
Okay, first off, who cares what he told Rogan? That's none of your business. It was a private conversation, so just chill on that one for a second. What's more important is that little nugget of gold that Rogan said to Schaub.
To him, it's like, you're never going to beat the internet, man.
Wow, that is some of the best advice anyone could ever give to Brendan Schaub. Yet here we are in 2023, almost 10 years after Rogan's intervention to get Bubba to retire from MMA, and he's still buying fake likes on his latest YouTube channel. So, is it okay to hate Brendan Schaub? Yeah, of course it is. Hating celebrities and public figures is as old as time itself. We don't need permission to hate someone. Now, if that hate turns into harassment or threats or intimidation, then it becomes something else. But let me just say this. The problem for Schaub is that, from what I can see at least, he is the one dishing out the harassment, threats, and intimidation. He's threatened legal action against some of his friends. He even sought the approval and support of Joe Rogan, trying to drag him into the drama that he created. And he's threatened YouTubers for saying nasty things about him in their videos. So it started as a group of people turning on Schaub for being a tryhard in almost everything he does, which is my personal view of him, but he turned that into something way more serious by casually throwing around threats, harassing and intimidating people, and it's gotten so bad for him that he's also become known for faking his own celebrity by buying likes, views, and comments. I mean, the guy could not have played this any worse. He has continuously proved time and time again that he has terrible judgment, poor self-control, and an incredibly profound lack of intelligence and humor. He forgot what Rogan said to him, "You will never beat the internet," but that's exactly what he's trying to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment below, let me know what you guys think about all of this, and if you haven't subscribed yet, consider jumping on board so you get all my uploads in your feed. That's it from me for now. I'll catch you guys in